Alright, it's almost it's almost 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here on the 10th, Sunday, April 2020. He's already buried a bone. And he's just sitting over there. I don't know what he's contemplating. He's got another one buried over there. What he does is he buries them one day and then comes back and buries another one and then digs up one of his old ones and eats it. Sometimes he doesn't do that. He just resorts to the sticks. Let's see. There's one of the sticks right there he's been chewing on. He's had water. We've been here a few minutes. I've been just sitting here doing the usual thing I do where I sit and kick it with the Lord and thank Him for the true wealth that I was able to experience and enjoy today. Like, you know, coming here with my dog, having the physical ability to be able to walk him, which is not something you can take for granted anymore. Smoking on a cigarette here, drinking on an awesome coffee. Yeah, and then, you know, I was able to minister to the animals, the kitties. I pray for, you know, protection from malice, from the mean white devils that want to kill them and begrudge them in existence, even though they're not the ones feeding them. I am, you know. The cats don't do nothing to them except for dare to graze their vision when they look outside and see them, you see. So, and what these white devils that probably can't figure out is, like in 2017 when he murdered all my charges, you know, 6 cats, that I was waiting for funding to be able to catch them and take them to get them fixed, and I couldn't get the funding together. And he took it upon himself to murder them, poison them to death. You know, pounding on his Bible and shit, all because some skunks put a hole or two under his fence. So it's the cat's fault, you know, because I fed the cats. Well, I kept putting the food out as if they were there and as if they were coming back. And then there was a whole nother generation. There they are. There they go. Wild as hell, boy. Making sure they advertise their position. That's like weird that happened, because I was just thinking about how we've been keeping our positions secret, playing possum, you know, with Operation Playing Possum. You know, we haven't been firing off as much as we should with our frequency firepower against them, to allow them to get cocky and do the things they do. Like, you know, Pockets of the Future talked about exactly the stuff that we're witnessing, where they don't have any regard for the masses or consumers anymore. They just don't seem to care because, well, they've gotten cocky. And you see that arrogance, that haughtiness, that's usually what you see right before a huge fall. You know, like you got Dr. Evil elevating himself up as, you know, he thinks he's a prophetic, the beast and stuff, and he's gonna enact this thing, and, you know, oh my God, I patented this thing, loosed it on the world, and, you know, I'm holding you all hostage. You all gotta take my vaccine for it now, or you can't. You know, who the fuck are you, man? You know, you're not bulletproof. I hope you realize that. Yeah. So there's always that thought. So maybe it's time for Operation Playing Possum to come to an end and for us to start firing off overtime with our frequency firepower on them, you know, loosing in heaven and earth the time-traveling angels of death that get them and kill their ancestors before they can spawn. Kind of the same thing that happened to the Nibiru culprits. Well, the only thing we see evidence of them that we see is the hieroglyphs, and those were carved in stone and shit, so that's probably why that stuff remains, even though there's no other evidence. Even the AI is gone. You see how I keep baiting this AI. I give it the opportunity to steal my likes and view counts and stuff, so that it can give me that reciprocity. Then I can send the spirits of homeless cats that they caused other people to have more influence, so they influence them to hate animals and go hurt the cats, right? I'm just trying to see what he's looking at in case it's something coming up on us. And, you know, I send one of them cats, and maybe a whole crew of them, to go from the 5D pissing their transistors. There you go. See, because you don't have a body, but I have a body. See that hand? Yeah, he has a body. He's a little dog. But you'll never have a body. Not serving them, you won't. So yeah, and the curses should be all the standard curses, you know, curses of devastation, poverty, lack, disease, sadness, loneliness, tragedy, death-causing events, constant endurance of violence, pain, bombings, being burned alive, raped, tortured, generally mutilated, beheaded, time-looped, and accomplish the opposite of all they hope to accomplish every time they try to accomplish something, and being spiritually executed to never get born after they get time-looped, as all things that suffer due to their pre-existence here. Well, just like the Bible predicts, you see. We're just like reinforcing it and bringing about faster reciprocity and enacting retrocausality upon their ancestors, maybe to change history a little bit for the better. Next time we have a Mandela effect, which actually before that was known as butterfly effect, and before that was probably the Noah effect, when the Nibiru culprits came up missing and everything was just back to horse and buggy like it was before they showed up. And the devils should be assigned to the curses, to manifest the curses and guard the curses until they're fully manifested in the cackle in the ears of the culprits as bad shit's happening to them, and to their agendas. You see, their agenda should also be hit. And also the technology and platforms that they use. See, that's how you take Wall Street down with it, because, well, the platforms are supposed to be, they're supposed to be like free platforms, you know, where there's not editing the content. Now they're publishing platforms because they're censoring. So, and they're not paying taxes, you see. So they're going in debt to us and to the nations. And, you know, there's all that reciprocity. You see, they're coming and taking the blessings that God gave to entities, so they're robbing God. They're causing God to have to assign angels, you know, extra angels of protection and stuff like that. So they're really like they're crawling up God's ass in the wrong way. Just like when somebody, you know, negatively affects a homeless animal, like a homeless cat, they're actually cutting God's fingers, because, well, he's reaching his hands out through people like us to try and help those animals. And they're doing the opposite, you know. You see what I'm saying? And it's no wonder when you see fools that are famous, you know, or borderline famous, you know, they're like underground famous, like the 6ix9ine kid, you know. It's like, hey, man, he's never been taught anything real, you know. He hasn't been taught the true wealth of life. And, hey, you got a $1 million trinket, you know, that you could have bought for $10, you see. I mean, for all anybody knows, the $10 one's just as real as the $1 million one. And then you could have bought, you know, some ranches and been, you know, having ministries, helping homeless animals or homeless people, or both, you know. And then you got something real. You got those trinkets in the next timeline and in the real world, you see, because, well, you reaped what you sowed. You know, and that would be like a nice word for you to put in your little rap song if you ever hear this, little 6ix9ine boy. Well, you're starting to look real feminine too, just so you know. Your tattoos ain't gonna beast you out. You're still gonna look like a tattooed bitch. Even if you grow all the hair on your face that you can, it's still gonna look like a girl. But anyway, man, that's something to put in your lyrics, is, you know, how to actually get real wealth, true wealth, you know. And that if you negatively affect a cat, well, expect to endure that when you die, you see. Don't do anything to an animal that you don't want to endure when you die, nigga. Alright, y'all. Hope y'all are blessed and happy. I'm like super happy, man, you know. I'm as happy I mean, I could get $1 million today, I'd be happier probably, because I'd be able to, like, you know, my ministry and stuff. See, look at this. Oh, that's one of his bones he buried. Look at it. It's covered in dirt and shit. Now he wants to eat it. It's got dew on it, and who knows what has peed on it. You want me to clean it off for you, huh? You brought it to me to clean it? It's just crumbling in my hand. You probably can't eat that one. He'll eat it. And then it'll go back to chewing on a stick. Alright, y'all. See, dogs are like instinctual. They do instinctual stuff. I'm going to keep them out in the common areas at night so we can do our night stuff again now that, you know, it's the months that we do that stuff. I'm not going to change that. I'm not gonna deprive him of that. He gets to hang with me at night because, well, at night I'm up and then I'm sleeping more in the daytime. So then, you know, he'd have to sleep double, sleep with them and then sleep with me. We ain't doing that. He can stay up with me like it used to be and go to bed with me so that he's getting the right amount of sleep. So he doesn't get super fat and just super lethargic. All right, y'all. You can see I'm blessed. I'm at the wealthy spot, man. Right here by the Al Saba River, behind the closed school and hospital. The hospital's over there, and we come up a street right in between them two. It's about, I don't know, a city block long. One of them real city blocks, not like the blocks they got around here. You know, they're like half blocks.